The time is now, you don't need a thing. Come as you
Yeah,
are, you
so
come and you will
we're back
miss
once
come
again with another one. And today we're gonna talk about, is God real? I think that's, to a lot of people, that's a no-brainer. And for a lot more people, it's a question, a very serious question. So let's get into it. Brother, what you feel about that, man?
God is real.
How you know?
He works in my life. Yeah. See, people, this is my plight. I am an old school Jamaican. I come to America in 81. Things happen, a lot of things, a lot of mishap, lots of great things. But then I got ill. Yeah,
You got who?
sick. ILL, ill. Yeah, I have several heart attacks and a couple of strokes, among other things. But I am here. I am still here because I believe in Him. I know He exists. He keep me going. Trust me, my life is not easy. I've been up and down. I've been beaten black and blue. But here I am. Oh, not because of me, but because of Him. He understands me. I kind of understand him. I still don't know what He wants. But He got me here for something. And in order for me to do that, I have to do this. Let you know where I'm coming from, why I see life the way I see life. And understand this. There's a lot of roads, many ups and downs, dings and don'ts, even craters. But if you know who you are, whose you are, and where you stand in this struggle, or preferable puzzle of life, you have to get to a certain place where you understand yourself, and it have to come from within. You can't go ask your mama and your daddy or your brother. You have to find out who you are by yourself. You alone can make that walk. Your opinion, my youth.
Yeah, that's real shit. And I tell you what, my son, he's like 9, 10, and he asked the question, because me and brother was talking about God one day. We get into it, right? So he was like, yo, he pulled me to the side. He's like, hey man, how you know God is real? And it caught me by surprise. I was like, oh, whoa, how do you break this down to the little guy? So what I did was, what do we look at? How do we determine what's real? So I explained to him the 5 senses, and smell, sight, at any rate. And I asked him about the stove, and I said, with your 5 senses, you know that the stove can get hot. You know that to be real. He was like, yes. And I was like, with God, He's not a solid object that you can use your 5 senses on, but that feeling on the inside of you that makes you want to do something constructive in class, or your brother, he plays basketball, that urge, he's had it since a child to play basketball. Where did that come from? Nobody taught him that. I was like, that's God, and that's how you determine God. That's the sense you use to know the realness of Him. He's what pushes you towards certain goals. He's the one that gives you the insight to want more. You know what I mean? And that was kind of the best way that I could describe God being real. Because as far as my life is concerned, man, I question everything. I'm a doubting Thomas. You understand? So as I lived every year and went through different situations, I start putting things together. And it wasn't by my hand that I got out of a lot of these things at all. I'm supposed to be dead like a lot of other people that died doing some of the same things that I was doing. But that wasn't meant to be. You know what I mean? And I look at all these things and how I was saved. So it's only right at this point in my life that I feel like, okay, I ain't no fool. It ain't me. It's not me. So what do I need to do for God then? If he's protecting me like this, what do I need to do? What does he require of me?
That's the
That's
point.
where I came from.
That's the point. You asked the question right there. What is it I need to do? Again, to find yourself, you gotta dig deep within. And until you do that, you'll always be stumbling in the dark, stumbling like a drunk.
Oh yeah. Oh, one last thing.
Go ahead.
And this is, I think, a requirement. All right, when it comes to God, He requires that you acknowledge Him. And I think I had a problem with that. You know what I mean? Because I was like, is this shit even real? You know what I mean? But once you do recognize that it is real, He requires that you acknowledge Him. And I give you the reason why. Because a lot of men in the past who He has given insight to, they tended to allow flesh to make them start thinking themselves as God. And He hates that with a passion. You know what I mean? It's like a motherfucker build something for you or paint a picture for you, and then you scratch their name off and put your name.
That's a good example.
You feel me?
I like that. And that's for real. See? The problem with us is it's all about me and I. No us, no we. And again, until there is such thing as us and we will never get anywhere in life. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But it's simple that experience taught me this. You understand? And I know I still do things and say things I shouldn't. But again, things don't just happen overnight. You have to make up within yourself to start to make an effect. And when people see you start living the way you preach, then you will start making a dent. Otherwise, keep your mouth shut. Don't add to the problem. Thank you very much.
So, with that said, I mean, I hope that brought a little light to whether or not God is real. At the end of the day, you have to figure out your journey, and you have to put on your backpack and get on it. It's as simple as that.
And remember, take a shovel because there's a lot of you know what around. You might have to dig your way out.
And with that, peace.
Every time.
The time is now, you know. Need a king. Come as you are. Come unto Him. His blood wash away people. Oh, what's in so